Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host AMF1534 here. Are you ready? Are you ready for the final episode of Let's Play Crash Bandicoot 2? Because I am ready. I'm down to do this. We have 2 gems to go, and then we will finally be at full completion, and then we can get to the proper ending and all that crap. And it starts right here in the Go of Snow. I can't believe we didn't get this gem. It's the second level in the game. I can't believe that the final 2 gems in the game were in the first set of levels that we did. That's the funny part about it. But, you know, that is just how things happen sometimes. It wasn't really planned that way. It just so happens that I forgot to do these ones, and so now we're gonna go and do them. So, you know, sometimes when you go back and look at it, you're just like, those were the levels you had left? Aw, hell no. Because I mean, it's not like they're really hard levels. Like, I mean, okay, what is it, Hang 8? Like, that one is, it's kind of challenging, but it's definitely not, like, last level material. So, it is certainly worthy of an aw, hell nah response. Speaking of which, that name, you never believe it if I told you, but Sharknado 3, yes, they're making a 3rd one of those, for God knows what reason, I have no idea. But they're actually, like, the formal name of that movie is called Sharknado 3. Oh, hell no. That's the name of the movie. That's seriously what they're calling that pile of hot shit. I can't believe it. It is such an awful name of a movie, but then again, if we're talking about the same franchise of movie here, they totally called the second movie in that franchise Sharknado the second one, so I guess we can't really put that one, you know, we can't really put that one past them at all in their inability to name things well. Like, I don't know, like, I know that they're, you know, being cheesy and shit on purpose, but that's still really stupid. They still could have come up with something better than that. I mean, I know that the guys on Game Grumps were just talking about it, I think it was like yesterday, about how horrible, like, the Fast and the Furious movie franchise is named. Like, that one was done horribly. But this one, it's definitely up there. The worst part about the Fast and the Furious one is that they were serious about the way that they did that. Like, it wasn't done sarcastically. Like, they were dead serious on how they nailed that one out. But well, you know, sometimes people do stupid things, and they must pay the price. So these 2 boxes right here, these were the guys that I couldn't figure out where they were, and then I come to find out that they are right here. Right here, man. They're right there. You just gotta jump higher, and then they're right there. It's so stupid. Yeah, I had to consult a walkthrough for that one. I just did not know where that was. I remember trying to come back through this one to get this gem, and I couldn't figure it out. And so I just ended up coming through it empty-handed. But not anymore. You are daddy's bitch now. Because it'd be even more awkward if you were uncle's bitch or grandfather's bitch. Incest is always bad. It's never a good thing. There's never been a time ever when that has been a good thing. So, it's a word to the wise. Just fucking knock it off. You know? Oh my god, there's 1 to go. There's 1 remaining. And we're going to Hang 8 so that we may do it. Oh man. Oh, I got a cool story for you. Okay. I know it's a sports story, blah blah blah, I know you guys hate sports, but I don't, so that's what matters. So, okay, so yesterday was the NBA draft, where, you know, to find out who's going to be drafting the awkward European guy that nobody knows who it is, and so all the fans inside of the building are going to be really upset about it, and then everything may or may not be okay later. Oh god, that's... We ruined it! We ruined the whole thing! Dude, how are you going to ruin that? How are you going to ruin temporary invincibility by your inability to jump over a gap? That was just simply the stupidest. It's okay. It's fine. I should have just done things the right way. I'm sitting here trying to be all, hey dudes, look at this, MLG Pro style, man. Oh, I don't need to jump on your weird little grassy knoll, like, up and down platform thing. I can do things my own way. Herga blurga durga blurgy. Anyways, so back to the story. Back to this thing that may or may not be funny to you guys, but I thought it was hilarious. So at the draft, usually for a lot of the people that are going to be going, like, in the earlier rounds of the draft, they will they'll have like the people attend or whatever, and then some of the people, they'll just have like draft parties at their house. But there was this guy, and I don't remember what his name is. It totally evades me now. But this guy pulled off the best prank ever, and he totally got like the super awesome treatment out of it too. So this guy, he was like I think he worked for like some sort of like news syndicate or something. I don't think that he was just a random guy. Like he worked for somebody, so that, you know, this was able to be documented or whatever in a certain way. But this guy, he just so happened to be like an NBA-sized player. Like he was pretty huge. I think he was like 6'11" or something to that extent, and so it made this more believable when he was there. But he somehow found a way to get like onto the draft floor where like all those guys were at, which apparently it shows how terrible the NBA security is for that sort of thing. They'll just let pretty much anybody who looks the part of a guy that would be in the draft, they just let him go out there. And so, you know, he showed like a little video or like a Vine or something of him being in the floor area while they were calling off drafted players' names and stuff. And so later on, like when the draft is over, he decides to leave, but somehow he got a hold of like one of the draft hats of one of the teams. I think it was the Utah Jazz that he actually got a hold of. And so he got like one of those, and he decided he was going to go out and party like on the town. And so, you know, oh boy, and like people were asking like, oh, who are you? Who are you? And so he was like telling him his name, because you know that like you've seen those clips all the time on like Jimmy Kimmel where they'll like go into like downtown Los Angeles or something, and they'll go and talk to people that claim to be like, you know, uber fans of sports or whatever. Whether it's scripted or not, I don't know, but it totally makes sense to me. And they'll like ask him like, oh, what do you feel about? How do you feel about this player and this player? Or like, what's your favorite team? Or do you remember where this guy played? And like, people have no fucking clue. And that's totally what this was like. They're like, so they're like, oh, who are you? And he's like telling them who they are. And they're like, oh yeah, I totally think I think I remember hearing your name getting called. And he had like the Utah Jazz gear on and all that. And so people were like taking pictures with him, and he was out at like bars, and because he was wearing like the draft stuff, like bartenders were giving him like free drinks and stuff, and it was super cool. And like later on in the video, now he's like kind of hanging out with like the hot chicks and whatnot, and you know, he's getting pictures taken with all the girls and everything. And then it starts getting a little bit like, it starts accelerating a little bit into, you know, more like of your not safe for work material, your good old NSFW material, where he's like talking to groups of girls and like without like any sort of oh, there we go, we got the gem, yeah. I feel like this is gonna be such a short episode. Oh, we'll keep talking though. So without like any sort of like prompting them at all, like once they find out that he's like potentially going to be like an NBA player and like a celebrity now, they just like all of a sudden they just started like taking their shirts off and showing him their tits. And he's just sitting there like, whoa, this is awesome. Like, this has obviously never happened to him before, ever. Oh, hold on a sec, let's check this out.
You have acquired all of the gems.
You've acquired all the gems! I have such a crazy headache right now!
Crystals are not the only means of harnessing planetary energy. Right? The gems have that ability as well. And with them, I can destroy the Cortex Vortex forever.
He kind of just like Zoidberged out right there. That was weird.
Laser installation.
Okay, so that man is telling us he can totally destroy everything. And by everything, I mean just the stuff that belongs to Cortex, and that's gonna be hilarious. But yeah, dude, these girls just started, like, flashing him their tits, just not even prompted at all. And, like, then, like, some girls were, like, making out with him. But the best part of the whole thing is, like, there was one girl that flashed him, and he just, like, he looks down, and his eyes get all big, and he's just like, whoa, that is a pierced nipple! And then it just, like, ends up cutting away from the whole thing. It was so funny. Oh man, you definitely got to see it, but his eyes just look like, holy shit, this is everything that I've ever seen on videos online. This is so great. Okay, so once we ascend one more time, it's all gonna be gravy. So let's go check it out, my friends. Let's see the true ending of the game. Dun 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 boom 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 boom. And then I have a thing from Team Stream. Holy shit. How is he getting all those things to stack on top of each other like that? He's a wizard, Harry! God, that thing is huge. That is one formidable stack. I mean, I guess it is 40 gems after all, but how is he getting... Oh, okay. Now they're trapped inside of like a fucking crazy energy beam now.
Honest?
Holy shit, man, that thing's crazy. You're getting red beam, Cortex! You're getting red beam! Oh, God. Obviously, he wasn't in there, because if he was, he would not be alive. Unless he was inside of that part of the satellite, I suppose. But God. He's just like, hey, engine, what's that? Oh my God! Oh, man. Alright, well, that was it. We actually fully destroyed everything. He done did it! Man, how awesome was that? We actually did the whole shit. Well, that was awesome, guys. I'm really glad that I decided to stick it out and get the full 100% completion out of this, and I don't really know what's up with these, you know, these pieces of that space station floating out. The blue one's getting, like, invincibility frames, like those crazy old-school NES invincibility frames out there, because it just keeps on flickering. But... yeah, dude, this was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was really nice to be able to go back through and actually play the game to full completion, since I've never done that before. I'm really glad that we got to do it. I know that I had to, in certain places, you know, consult walkthroughs and stuff, and so it was kind of a bummer to have to do it that way. But nonetheless, we got it done, my friends. And so what we're gonna do next, well, not like immediately next time, but there's still 2 games in this franchise that I want to play, and maybe there's other ones that I'll play too that I haven't delved into before. But I definitely want to play the original Crash Bandicoot, because I've actually never played that one before, at all, period. Like, never. I definitely own it, but I've never played it. I just bought it like a couple years ago, and I've been meaning to do that. So we'll definitely have a lot of fun with that at some point. And then later on down the road as well, I also want to do a series of Crash Team Racing, because I told you guys that I was able to get a copy of that. So, really, really excited about that. It's going to be fun. But I definitely have some new projects coming up here pretty soon. I really want to blow through my remaining... Oh, God. He lives! He's not dead! He should be dead. I mean, God, he got red-beamed and shit, but that's okay. He lives. He totally lives. But yeah, man, I've got some other projects that I want to work on, but I absolutely thank every one of you guys for taking time out of your busy days to stop by and watch this series. I had a blast. I hope you did too. I hope some of my stories didn't totally gross you out to living hell, because I know that a lot of them were really weird. So I hope to see you guys in my future work. So this is AMF saying thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. We done did it! We done did it.
Crash Bandicoot